Hey y'all, Kevin Hutchison here with Realty Austin, and I am grateful to be a part of Stories Inside the Man Cave, a homegrown podcast just like my own business.
Wake your ass up
or take a damn nap.
And we're the three best friends that anybody could have.
It's time.
Sean, you were twerking. That's going to happen.
Murph, don't be a dick all your life.
It's one of the more fun podcasts I've ever done.
Hey, I tell you what, if you're not talking about sports in the man cave, I bet not say you not a bed.
That's it.
Man, this is one guy that, we could probably not talk for 10 years and figure out a way to just pick back up where we left off. Chris Nelson, the Floridian who made the trek to Austin to become a Longhorn. Man, it has been, was it 3 or 4 years since we've physically been in front of each other. I know your pro day workouts may have been the last time, but, man, fill us in on what's going on with Chris Nelson and that beautiful family of yours.
Oh man, yeah. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
Sean. I appreciate this. Pretty much, man, I'm a guy that lives day by day, take care of my family. We've been great down here in Florida. Just wrapped up the season with the USFL. So we just back in Florida, just taking our time off, kicking our feet up right now, pretty much.
Hey, summertime, it's time to relax. Before, obviously, USFL season a little different, but if I know Chris Nelson, he's open to any opportunities that's going to come his way as far as career and everything.
Yes, sir.
Before we move forward, Nelly, I've got to give a shout out to Honest Air Conditioning and Plumbing. It's based out of Hutto. I'll soon be. They just gave me some swag today, so I'm going to represent the Honest brand.
Yeah, the merch.
Oh my God! You got to take care of the people who take care of you, so to speak.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
In Florida, I don't know how else to say it, but it's hotter than hell in Florida, like it is in Texas.
Yeah, right? Yes, sir. Yeah.
These guys from Hutto's, North Austin, Georgetown, Round Rock, Cedar Park, Jarrell, all those places, they'll service you. And we finally have a break from these 100+ degree days, and Honest AC and Plumbing is where it's at. So the Chris Nelson story, I could go all over the place because he and I connected when Charlie Strong brought him in, signed him, and brought him into the program. A lot of changes. I just call him the Floridian former Longhorn. When you arrived in Austin, Charlie Strong had some momentum, and he's a guy that everybody loved. Mm-hmm. And we know how politics work and big programs. And then to Tom Herman, you win the Sugar Bowl. Mm-hmm. And that was a beautiful time that year. How it was just like a storybook ending, how it all worked out. Because that was a really good team. How do you encapsulate or wrap up your entire Hook'em experience?
Everyone knows, man, it was really a roller coaster ride. Yeah. But I enjoyed every minute of it, to be honest. But I mean, with Coach Strong, he was just, when he came in, he taught me patience. He taught me the key on patience. So I took heed of that, and I kind of just related to the younger guys or whatnot. And it just really made me just lock out everything, all the distractions, just keep grinding and grinding and grinding. I'm like, man, this team going to come together. And a lot of people don't know, but my senior year, I was about to transfer.
Really?
I was really about to transfer and leave, but I just had a long talk with my wife, and I was like, man, my dad didn't teach me that. Once I'm in, and I got real genuine brothers here. So, and then we won the Super Bowl. So, I mean, not Super Bowl, but the Sugar Bowl. And I mean, I really appreciate those guys, man. I still talk to guys to this day about it, and it wrapped up no better way than it did, and I don't take it for granted.
When you look at, I know before we started recording this episode, I know we've had some conversations when you were here in Austin. I was still in the media about, you had no problem being far away distances from home. I mean, Charlie had that connection in Florida, and really brought a lot of you guys in, like Puna, and there's some amazing talents.
Yeah.
When you look back at that, how did that help you become the man that you are now with that entire experience?
I mean, my parents, they really instilled that in me before I even left off to college. Me driving 45 minutes to high school every day really just meant something to me. Like it just meant that I would do whatever it took just to get to college.
Right.
So, like to this day, I mean, I just try to tell kids that I try to instill in kids, like, man, you got to work for this. It's nothing just gonna come overnight, and I think that's what it instilled in me. And I try not to stress about too many things. If it happens, it happens. If it don't, then we're just gonna keep going and try to make it happen. But that's just the way I live life.
And that's one thing I know about you. One of the most laid back guys. I still remember being on the field at the Superdome.
Yeah.
And obviously everyone was excited. You were. But, man, I think if I remember right, you made sure that you shook hands with every one of the Georgia Bulldogs left on the field. I remember it took a while, but, man, you guys were talking, and that's kind of not the case anymore these days.
Yeah, and actually one of my teammates from the USFL, he remembered that. He was like, man, you whooped our butt. And he was like, brother, guys, but we appreciate your sportsmanship. Like, you really just, after the game, like, you acknowledge all of us, even though we lost the game. And I mean, at the end of the day, it's a kid's game. But when we strap that helmet on, like, we going to war. But at the end of the day, man, we're getting the opportunity, and we're blessed to come out here and play football, something we love to do. And I don't take it for granted, not one bit. So,
what is it about, looking back, when I have trouble trying to relay what it's like because I didn't play at Texas, but there's a lot of pressure. They call it, some people call it the New York Yankees of college football because of big lights. The expectations are out of this world every year. You could replace every starter, and everybody's going to expect some type of championship.
Yes,
I mean, how do you describe that as a player? Because I'm not going to say the expectations were unrealistic, but as a player, how did you kind of deal with that and try to help others to get in that mindset that we can be that championship club?
I mean, we had plenty of talks in that locker room, man, just trying to it's kind of like putting a puzzle piece together. Like, you have so much pressure on you and then you have all these legendary guys coming in just like, man, you like, man, I look up to this guy. I used to watch this guy when I was a kid. And you're trying to bring that mentality back to Texas, but something's just not clicking. I remember we used to say, man, I think we got a curse on our team. Like, we can't get it right. But, I mean, one time we just setting a big old circle like, man, what we need to do to change this team. And what it was for us is we just had to just block out the negativity. It was some, selfishness in the locker room, guys, not taking other guys under their wings and stuff like that. It was just, some built up stuff from the past. So we just had to take stuff from that locker room and, outside the football field. Even though we would spend a lot of time together, we had to go, I would have like big cookouts at my apartment where everybody come over and you just learn more about a person. And when you know more about a person, you want to play harder. So, and that's what it was for us. But to your question, it's a lot of pressure. It's a lot of pressure. And then with me being a captain, like, I took it on hard, and I just tried to figure things out like the best way, because I just want to go out with a winning season. That's how I want to leave my legacy at Texas.
When you see, and we'll talk a little bit more about the current Longhorns in segment 2, but when you see what has transpired before you arrived and what has taken place after, is it, I hate to be cliche, but the program's that close? I mean, is it as simple as that?
Yeah, man, I really think it is. To be honest, I really think it is. And with me just being now a fan, sometimes I'm too hard. I don't really tweet like that, but I mean, my wife heard it all. She was like, "You was in that same position now years ago, so you can't." And sometimes I do have to slow down, but I really think they're close, and I think the new coach, I believe he's going in the right direction to build this program to a winning season.
You know, I think a part of the winning is to have some character like you had. You know, this Nelly Rub deal, and I'm going to bring up a picture, man. When you started doing that, I think a lot of people missed it when you first started.
Yeah.
It's just like any fad.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a couple of the moments. And there's at least 24 of these Nelly Rub moments. I mean,
yes, sir.
Obviously, the one on the right is the big one because Texas OU, and I love it. On the right, you see your Charles O'Menahue's favorite guy, Kyler Murray, on the ground.
Yeah. Not everybody doing it in the NFL.
Yeah. Chris Nelson, the trendsetter.
Yeah. I love it, man. I love it. When I first broke this out, I told Jamari, I had already been thinking about it, but Jamari Chisholm, I told him on the sideline, I said, next big play, I'm going to do something. Keep watching. And the first play I went out there, I made the hit, and that's when I did it. And everybody went crazy, and I just kept going along with it. Some of my coaches was telling me I need to stop, but the fans, they wanted more of it, so I just kept doing it.
Did any of the officials ever say to tone it down at all? Ever?
Not. I think I had one official, and it was the OU game, and that's when he told me, he was like, next time I'm going to throw a flag. But other than that, it was because I never really just taunted the team with it.
Right.
I always turned it towards my team or whatnot like that. So yeah.
When did your guy Breckyn Hager get involved in it? Because man, he got a hold of it.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Brady came out of nowhere. He said, "I need to get some." I said, "All right." I just kept walking. Like that's my brother, man. Yeah, I miss those guys.
Oh, that defensive line. Actually, everybody on that defense.
Yeah.
Full of characters.
Yes, sir.
I mean, just unique people. Oh my God.
Sir.
That was a fun group, man. You guys made my last full season in that career. I think that was the best way to go out with that group.
Yeah.
That was too much fun.
Yeah.
So now you parlayed your career and your talents into the USFL with Philadelphia Stars, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. Philadelphia Stars.
Is it just like minor league baseball to the point that you're this? I mean, the difference between you and an NFL roster spot is this much.
Yeah. Man. The USFL turned out actually better than what I was expecting. Right. They was really first class about everything. With everything, if you was having issues, they had somebody right there. And honestly, it really brought the love back for the game for me. Honestly, yeah. And I've had a few phone calls to go back to NFL to certain teams, but people don't actually know. Which I mean I don't care now, but I tore my bicep first game. Oh. Yeah, and a lot of people don't know. I taped it up and I wore a brace. You see it in some of the pictures, but I put tape around and I wore a brace and I just finished the season. I had surgery. But I'm feeling good now. I'm going therapy and whatnot, but I should be back 100% in November. But USFL, man, it's crazy. I always say, man, it's like football is nothing like it because you can meet new people, and within 1 week in that locker room, it felt like we had been knowing each other like our whole lifetime. So, and it brought back the love for a lot of people. I know, especially for me.
Yeah, what's funny. Well, it's not funny, but it's ironic that I hear that a lot about people that either when they get to college or start in the NFL, regardless of because it's a testament that money's not everything.
Yeah,
meaning you got to have the passion. And you got to have that love for the game because it is a grind.
Yes, sir.
I mean, you see that burnout more often than not now?
You really don't, to be honest, man. Everybody's chasing that green dollar right now. Until you end up in a situation where you're like, man, I wouldn't say end up rock bottom, but you end up in a situation where things don't quite work out in your favor. Then what you gonna do? Like how you gonna, transparent yourself to, to a positive light. But
Yeah.
at the end of the day, for me, with NFL, it was a bunch of ups and downs. Like I mean, different teams I was on, they kept saying there's nothing you did wrong. We just gotta let you go at this time and moment. And at a certain point in my life, it did get to me. I ain't gonna lie, it got to me. And I just went back to the basics. I was just like, man, you gotta keep grinding. You gotta work. You gotta go. So, and then I had got signed to the CFL, and then after the CFL, I came to USFL. So it's all about, man, just finding a positive light, hanging around positive people, and you'll get through that situation at the end of the day. But I don't see it now in a lot of players. I mean, especially with players getting paid now, which I totally love. But at the end of the day, I feel like it's kind of taking something away from the game. Yeah.
Yeah, I get it. No, that makes sense. And I think another motivation for you that I notice is, quite honestly, your ever-growing immediate family, man. I mean, we're going to see pictures of Nelly, the family guy, in the second segment. But,
yes, sir.
I followed along from afar, and beginning with your wife, and then now I think it's 2 kiddos now, right?
Yeah, 2 kids. Yeah. Yes,
tell me about that role now, because that's probably the most important role you've ever fulfilled.
Oh yeah, definitely, man. Definitely. That, like anybody, it's nothing really like it. My daughter is 2, my son is 1. It's like they watch everything you do, and I love it to death, man. As soon as I open that door, they come running. And when I go train, my daughter goes to train with me. My son, he's just not walking, so he's gonna get started on it too. But man, I love it with no doubt. I take it with a grain of salt though, because it's like I don't know. My father passed away last year, so it's a lot of things I do in my kids, and it just makes me smile each and every day. That's why.
I got to ask you this. I know this is kind of deep. So I lost my father when I was the week before I turned 13.
Okay.
And so you grow up, you're kind of forced in a situation. That age is a weird transition age group.
Yeah.
And you're trying to figure out who you are.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
And thankfully I'll be honest with you, football coaches were my father figures, and they were hard on me, held me accountable.
Yeah.
And it made me earn things.
Yeah.
So when your dad passed away, I know you're much older at that point. Did you lean on not only your teammates, but lean on some of those coaches when that happened?
For me, man, I don't know. I was kind of different. I kind of blocked out a lot of people. I wouldn't say blocked them out, but I mean, people would text me and stuff like that. But I reach back out like I'm okay or whatnot. For me, I'm kind of a guy like, me getting over a hump is me just going out and cutting grass or something like that. That's what fulfills me. Like that's the thing I like to do. And it was hard, but it wasn't like, my pops, it's crazy because I let him borrow my car, and then he came back to drop it off, and I had to take him to work. Yeah. And it was kind of like our last ride together. And he just told me, he was like, son, I'm proud of you. He said, you did it, man. And that was it. I just went to smiling. And that was the last words I heard from my dad. So, it kind of like when I kind of like kept to myself, to be honest with you. Yeah.
I get that. I can relate to those moments, but man, I tell you what you just told me, man, that's powerful, because if that's the last thing you want to hear from somebody who means something to you, you want to hear those type of words.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
That's saying that they love you, but without saying it.
Yeah. Yes,
my
sir.
God.
Yeah,
brother, I don't even know how to segue out of this, but we're gonna go to a segment that pays homage to a certain, and it's kind of amusing. It's a certain segment here. Here we go.
Right. Okay.
Nelly, one thing, Manscaped.com.
Yeah.
We partnered back in March.
Yeah.
Oh my God. And just like when we were going through the pandemic, the lockdown, man, we had to evolve.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
So I look at their business model and what they've done. They've evolved constantly. They're always coming up with new products. And like, this is the latest and greatest. It's called the Ultra Smooth Package. This is like old kindergarten show and tell.
Okay.
You know? So they have the products in which you keep below the belt. You got to trim your hedges and all that.
I actually had one of those. I had one before they even got popular, to be honest with you. Yeah. Manscaped. Yeah, I got one. Yeah.
Manscaped.com. Nelly knows all about it. So this is double the endorsement.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Oh my God. So the what is it? The Lawnmower 4.0?
Yep. Yeah.
It works, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yes, sir. It does. It does. Yeah.
Well, this is the new one. And it's funny, the crop exfoliator. When you're in the shower, man, you got to take care of, you got to exfoliate, your undercarriage. And then you go through the clear growing shaving gel.
Okay.
And this is what I like, Nelly. The small razor. It's not just made for women anymore.
Yeah.
Size isn't everything.
That is good quality. Yeah. I'm glad you showed this because I actually need to upgrade, to be honest. I need to upgrade.
You know what? I'm going to put in a word for you.
Okay.
And for everyone who's affiliated with the Philadelphia Stars, Texas Longhorns, and what is it, Lakeland, Florida? Where you from?
Yes. Oh, you can say Polk County, Florida. Yes, sir.
Polk County.
Yes, sir.
Use this promo code right here, ManCave20.
Oh, I appreciate that. Yes, sir.
Yeah, man, it's a 20% off.
Oh yeah.
In fact, I've got to order more. I like the deodorant.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
And the deodorant for the undercarriage.
Yeah. It's good stuff. It's really good stuff. I'm going to order tonight.
Man. We're going to try to get a special delivery for you too.
Okay.
We got to take care of that.
Yes,
man,
sir.
that's the aroma, and tell me if I'm right or wrong. It smells like sweet mahogany.
Yeah.
Whatever that is.
Yeah, whatever it is. And that's a great description for it, to be honest. It's great. Yeah, it's really great, to be honest. I can't describe it, but I think that's a great description. Yeah.
Spicy mahogany.
Yeah. It's good stuff.
If it was an aroma, that's it.
Yeah.
If there was a name for it.
Yeah. Yeah.
My brother, this has been the Man Cave story, has been the best part of all these episodes with people because it makes them really think back to some humorous moments they shared with the buddies, brothers, family, or something that happened even in a locker room, and still funny to this day since the first time they told it. And our guy at Jim Saxton State Farm Insurance Agency, he sponsors this segment, and it's a real quick story about him. I bought a new truck back in March, and I called him and told him, I said, hey, I need to update the insurance. And he had his guy at the office call me, and within 30 minutes, I had the full coverage on my app, State Farm app on my phone.
Oh, man.
That's service.
Yeah.
So Jimmy will take care of everyone, including Chris Nelson in Florida.
Yes, sir. All right.
Hey, if you could think back maybe to your days growing up in Florida or here in Austin as a Longhorn, or even right now, or even with your family, is there one moment or story that to this day is as funny or comical as it was when that happened?
Oh man, I was thinking about it. I'm trying to think.
Yeah, these are hard because it's like a light bulb. They go off. I mean, at a random moment.
Well, I got a little story for my athletes, just with the USFL. I mean, me getting hurt, I didn't quite tell my wife the whole situation. So, for you guys out there, I wouldn't tell your wife the whole magnitude of your injury just yet. When I tore my bicep, I just told her I had a strain in my bicep, and because I know if I would have told her that I tore it, she was gonna tell me we done with football for right now. So for my guys out there, man, if you could just hold off on telling your significant other your full injury report. That's what I got for my guys out there.
Sage advice for the athletes out there still playing football, baseball, basketball, hockey, whatever.
Yeah.
Maybe lacrosse.
Yep.
Maybe golf.
Yeah, anything. Yep.
Don't tell your significant other until just don't.
Yeah, it's just dope.
If I know Nelly, and I do, he's a brilliant guy. That's
Yes,
safe
sir.
advice.
Yes, sir.
Advice. Oh my God, Nelly, we're going to take a quick break, but on the other side, man, we're going to talk about your Longhorns and unexpected today, as this is recording, QB1 was decided.
Yeah.
And I'll break it down. We'll break it down. And I don't know why it says this, because that was our Longhorn football report. We're talking about, this is episode 166 with Nelly, Chris Nelson.
Yes, sir.
Segment 2 is on the other side of this break. For all of your insurance needs, look no further than our primary sponsor, Jim Saxton State Farm Insurance Agency. The ATX OG has been insuring Austin for over 3 decades. And get this, Jim Saxton is a Longhorn legacy. He is the son of the late, great James Saxton, who was a Heisman finalist. Be sure to give him a call, or better yet, visit his website, saxtoninsurance.com, and tell him that the stories inside the Man Cave boys recommended you. That's the sweet sound of frigid air to help us make it through this Texas heat. But if you experience issues with your AC and are sweating inside of your own home, you need an honest and locally owned company to make those repairs. Now, I know of a place which is not only locally owned, but veteran owned too. Honest AC and Plumbing prides themselves on their handshakes and their quality of work. If you live in North Austin or in any of these northern suburbs of the ATX, give the boys at Honest a shout. Be sure to tell Floyd, Will, David, and the staff you're a loyal Stories Inside the Man Cave podcast viewer and follower.
This is JJ Gotch, CEO of the Austin Gamblers, and segment 2 of Stories Inside the Man Cave is next.
I can name all 5 of them you want.
Are you closer?
Yeah,
do you have your guy?
I think I have a pretty good idea, but I want to give these guys an opportunity to compete, so that's what we'll do.
Look at that, Nelly. So that was 2 days ago, or yesterday.
Yeah.
And Sark was right. I had a pretty good idea of who that quarterback was. So the Longhorns QB1 is Quinn Ewers, the guy who really hasn't played meaningful football since January of 2021, the COVID season, which carried over to 2021 when they played Westlake. Championship game. Then he left the team early left his team, graduated early, and I think before 2-a-days started last August, went to Ohio State. I think he came in for a few snaps, and he reclassified, transferred to Texas, and he beat out Hudson Card as QB1. And from what you know on this situation, what do you know about this guy, and do you think that he will remain the guy, so to speak?
I'm gonna be honest. I know, of him from just seeing different, video clips and seeing people talk about him or whatnot. But sometimes you can kind of tell in a guy's eyes, and from the look of his eyes, it looked like he's poised and he looked like he's ready for this moment. Because playing in this Texas stadium is like nothing else. And I really feel like he's gonna take this team on his shoulders. Yeah. I can see it in his eyes. It looked like he's ready to play ball. So I got high hopes for him.
Yeah, he looks like a guy. I mean, if you notice, I love he has a unique identity with that that mullet.
Mullet, yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And he's not. I don't think he's cutting it anytime soon.
Yeah.
And he throws bombs.
Yeah.
He's got an arm.
Yeah, he does.
And now Hudson, great athlete, great, tremendous athlete.
Yeah.
I still, to this day, I've been saying it. I saw him play at Lake Travis several times at receiver. The kid is a stud athlete at the receiver position.
Oh, yeah.
But you got to have depth at a quarterback room.
Yeah. I mean, that's a great 1-2 punch right there. Yes, sir.
If you're Sark or Coach Milwee, the quarterback's coach, do you risk that? Put a Hudson in somewhere on the field?
I wouldn't risk it. I think Texas is pretty loaded with the skill position.
Yeah.
And I feel like we got some nice, some good talent out there. So, and with him being backup, plus he had a role in the season last year. So I feel more comfortable with him just taking the back seat right now.
I kind of agree. I mean, I'm selfishly saying I'd like to see the guy produce and get some PT and make some plays. So since you graduated, you've seen the Sark, even Tom, you were coached by him, brought in some good talent, and Sark brought in tremendous talent last year, and another group of solid talent, especially what they're calling big humans on the offensive line.
Yes.
What do you feel like is a good expectation from a former player's perspective and now a fan?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. For the first time, I'm like really excited because I seen the class that came in, and I've been saying it for the longest. I always felt like Texas needed some big husky linemen, just some maulers. And I feel like that's what they're getting in now. Like we always had you got the best running back in college right now. He needs some guys that's gonna open holes for semi-trucks.
Absolutely.
So I'm excited. I'm excited for this season, and I feel like we got the right group of guys to take us along the way.
That I agree, but because you go up against offensive linemen all the time.
Yeah. And
going back to your days at Texas, I mean, at that level, the elite level, Power 5, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Can a freshman make an impact as an offensive lineman immediately?
Oh, most definitely. I believe so. I believe so. It's just it's about the training he's had before he gets there, and it's about how serious he's taking his role. But I've seen some guys come in and just sit next to an upperclassman and just ask questions like, how you do this? What I do on this player? And when you see that in a guy, like he's becoming a guy that's ready to play. And I think a guy could step up as a freshman.
Oh my God! Yeah, see, and I see that, but all that group of linemen. I've never seen a group of linemen like that.
Yeah,
I mean, like you said, maulers.
Yeah,
I can't wait to stand beside a few of them. Those guys are huge.
Yes, and I'm ready to watch it.
Keep those true pancakes.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Hey, there's this thing that we do in here, TikTok in the man cave, and TikTok, if you allow it, it can be kind of addictive. You look at it for 5 or 10 minutes. Next thing you know, 30 minutes have passed.
Yeah.
You mentioned DKR being it could eat opponents up. And I know there's more intimidating places, but DKR is pretty special when it's full.
Yeah.
I don't know if you watched this podcast called Unnecessary Roughness. Casey's her name.
Yeah, I heard of it. Yeah.
She's pretty harsh on her takes. So she's an Aggie from Texas A&M.
Yeah.
They asked her, and I included this simply because you're from Florida. They talked about the swamp and how special it is. Have you been to Gainesville?
Oh yeah, plenty of times. Yeah.
What do you think about it?
It's rocking, but I mean, the swamp. I'm gonna give you a true, honest opinion. The swamp is definitely rocking, but it's a lot. It's compact, so it's not as wide as long as Texas Stadium. So, I mean, but I have to give them their props. It is rocking. It is. Yeah. Well, it doesn't beat Texas though.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. So this is what they asked her about, the most overrated place in college football, and she said the swamp. And this is why she said that. This is hilarious. She's not afraid. She has no filter whatsoever, Nelly.
Okay.
Here we go.
It's loud. It's great. The chomping, cool. It's like they act as if no other stadium comes close because they're not as close to the field.
Tell you what, Florida.
It is hot as shit. Like, you want to talk about boob sweat? All you have to do is think about going to the swamp.
I didn't want to talk about boob sweat.
I didn't want to talk swamp ass or whatever is y'all's equivalent. Sure. You just think about going there, and it's like, your colors, fine, they're cool. The swamp, like they act as if it's the only stadium on the planet that matters. It's really not that great.
He's 100.
Is she right?
Yeah, she's right. She's definitely right. Yeah, I gotta agree. Yeah.
Hey, and she has some hot takes, bro. I mean, on everything.
Yeah. And growing up, that was my team, the Florida Gators. That's where I was gonna go to school, honestly. But when I went to Texas, it was like, man, where do I sign up at? Yeah. And when I was going back home, Florida actually called me and was like, man, what you gonna do? We're trying to get you. I was like, man, I already decided I'm going to Texas. And that was that.
Hey, what was it? That's a good take, man. What was it about when Charlie brought you in for a visit?
Mm-hmm.
What was it that sold you immediately? That really just was the icing on the cake, signed, sealed, and delivered moment for you?
I mean, as you all know, like when players, freshman guys come out, you go out or whatnot. But I took one of my friends on my visit with me.
Yeah.
And he was like, Chris, you all right? And at the moment, I'm just kind of like scoping out everything because I was committed to Louisville with Coach Strong. And then I think it was like 2 to 3 weeks before signing day, he left. So at that moment, I'm like, dang, I don't know what I'm going to do. I had schools, of course, but you got to build that relationship back up with different people. And I didn't quite want to do that at all. But when I came to Texas, it gave me a different perspective. Like, it was like like I told you, I was away from home, but I was home. And it was really, to be honest, it was the coaching staff. That's what made me feel comfortable. Like, I'm comfortable here. And I always wanted to get away from home because, it's really nothing in Polk County, to be honest. So, and they made me feel comfortable. That's what made me make that decision to go there.
Yeah, that makes sense. But it takes a sense of boldness and confidence within a person to do it. I went 4 hours away, 4 hours east of Austin to a place called F. Austin, which, by the way, our guy at Last Stand Hats, I'm promoting his shirt, and because it's he got the partnership with UT, Stephen F. About a bunch of other universities. I mean, if you look closely, all those SFA logos, man.
That look like that good material too.
That feels good. Man, I wish you could get
that's nice right there.
You make you touch this, your night is made.
Yeah.
My man, it's there's a segment here called Quick Draw Questions. And I gotta bring up a graphic, and I hope it comes up because here we go. Here we go. So without just that, let's see which one popped up for us here. There it is, the right one. All right. So instead of asking so many random questions, we want to get into, because if people aren't aware, Chris Nelson, he's a thinker.
Yeah.
He's analyzing.
Yeah.
He's an analyzer. Smart guy. So we'll go right to left. Save the best for last.
Okay.
That's for you right there. It looks like is that a quarterback sack as a member in the USFL?
Yes, sir. Most definitely.
What was going? What if you had a thought bubble?
Yeah.
What would that thought bubble be saying right now, or at that moment?
At this moment right here, it was I'm back. That's what it was. I'm back. I'm back in my element, and I felt good. But in my head, when I made the hit, that's what the first thing came to me is like I'm back. That was the first thing. Yep.
That's people give. So those of you who are not aware, people have heard of the USFL. It returned. It's more of a spring league, right?
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yeah.
So you have a reason now, and I'm challenging every one of you watching, wherever you are, Texas, other parts of the country.
Yeah.
Watch the Philadelphia Stars, unless Chris goes somewhere else. Then you watch them.
Yeah. I appreciate y'all's support, man.
Oh my God, it's they're televised, so there's no excuses.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
That picture in the middle is one of my favorites because was that senior night.
Yeah, senior night. Yes, sir. This was senior night, but I think this is the coin toss. Yeah.
You guys are serious right there. Breckyn especially.
Yeah.
And I think that was Iowa State, right?
Yep, Iowa State. Yeah. This picture here, man, this was special because I think we had to beat Iowa State in order to go to the Big 12 championship. Yeah. And we had just saw it on the big screen TV where who lost?
Was it Oklahoma State?
I think so. Oklahoma State lost, and the crowd went crazy. And this moment right here, this actual moment, I was feeling chills all over my body at this point in time because I was like, I know we about to win this game. Yeah.
You remember what started that night at the beginning of the fourth quarter? They don't stop believing.
Yeah.
Everybody turned the cell phone on.
Yeah.
All this. Yeah. And I got to call a certain person out from that night. And that was pretty cool.
I was thinking like, man, I'm gonna miss this place.
Yeah,
like I'm gonna miss this. Like when they did that, that was really the icing on the cake when they did that. Yeah,
that was special.
And I appreciate the fans for making that moment, that senior night memorable to me and my family. Honestly,
I'll be honest with you. I'm supposed to be objective, but that was kind of a tough night for me because it made me realize, man, this group, your group, that was it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it provided me with some good times and made my job so easy.
Yeah, I know that was hard. Yeah,
but a certain young lady who she's a smart girl, but she's a smart woman. She when all that started happening, her comment was, and I was on the field. I didn't know this till after. She said, "Where did everyone get those lights?" Not realizing they were people's cell phones.
Yes, sir.
And she was on the front row behind you guys.
Yeah. I mean, man, we still talk about our moments from Texas to this day, man. She honestly wants to go back. She loves Texas wholeheartedly. And I mean, this is who I do it for, my family.
Yeah.
And I can't say where will I be in the next 1 or 2 years. Possibly I will be back in Texas because I know this year I'm going to catch a game and it's just going to give me those memories again. So I might tell her to pack up. Let's go.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Hire some movers to pack it up while you're still here.
Yeah.
Bring the dogs, bring the animals, whatnot.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yes, sir.
So this last one's honestly my favorite. It's probably your favorite too, but it's your family. You went half on that and created that.
Yeah.
All of it. You and your wife.
Sir.
That's a picture perfect family right there.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Yeah, man. I like I said, this is who I do it for. I always wanted a lot of kids. I wanted 5 until I had these 2. Lord, they the best thing ever, but they are all over the place. Now I think I want maybe 3, but yeah, man, I have a wonderful, tremendous wife over all the obstacles that I had to overcome. They've been right here with me. Each and every step of the way. She never made me feel less of a man. She always put me on a high pedestal. So, I mean, I can talk on and on about my family, but this is who I do it for, honestly, man.
That just says a lot about who you are.
Yes, sir.
Does a little man, does he take after you or your wife? And how about the young lady she's got a lot of style.
Yeah. She kind of, I think she takes after my wife. She's every speck of my wife. My son, we don't quite know yet because he loves to talk and he's all over the place. And that's totally opposite of me. So, and her, I don't know where he gets it from, but we just riding his way right now, seeing what direction he gonna go in. But right now he's all over the place.
Hey, you can blame it on me.
Now.
You can say, man, he's been spending time with Uncle Clench. Uncle
Sean.
Yeah.
I have to send him. I have to send Uncle Sean. Hey, you got to take a trip to Texas.
Oh my God.
Yes, sir.
That's good stuff, man. Beautiful family, and that's what it's all about.
Yes, sir.
So when this podcast started, we were just audio, and we started it because there was so much negativity. It was literally when the lockdown started.
Mm-hmm.
And we addressed everything to try to infuse positivity, to be an outlet. And then that summer, of course, with the social injustice movements.
Yeah.
Man, it was Quan Cosby, you name it.
Yeah.
All types of people. Really, we found out who people were who wanted to join us with these episodes about that and to uplift people. So that is reason why we end these episodes on a note like this.
Hey, man, tell me something good.
Nelly, and tell me something good, what's going on positive in your world that you think maybe could be inspiring or to let people know that what you see on social media or out in the world right now, it's not as bad as it may seem.
Yeah. Of course, yeah, we do have a lot of things going on and we have a lot of distractions or whatnot. But I mean, one thing that has helped me along the way that's very big is not letting how would I say it? Don't base your success off someone else's.
Oh, that's solid.
Yeah, and that's what has kept me going and going and going because of course I am so proud of my brothers. I'm proud of different people or whatnot, but you can't, at the end of the day, everyone has a different path to take and everyone has different railroads they're going to cross. It's just about how you take it to the chin and keep going. But I would say never dictate your success off someone else's, and I leave you with that.
Man, that's strong. I would not have expected anything less than what you just said.
Thank you. Yes, sir.
This guy, when he says something, he's not going to say things that he doesn't partake in, practice, and practice what he preaches. He may be silent to some, but when he speaks,
yes, sir.
That's who he is.
Yeah.
And that's why I got a feeling why we hit it off so well.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find something here that I want to show you and show the viewers. If I can find this photo, because here it is. Here it is. I found it. I need to get a MacBook Pro.
Me too.
We've got, oh my God, I'm on a MacBook Air, man. I've outgrown this.
Yeah.
So beginning on Tuesday, I got some things, and you're going to love this. It's all about Longhorn related material, but starting on Tuesdays, beginning the 23rd, this young lady, well, she's my age. She's a little younger. She's going to she'll hurt me for saying this, but she's still young. But we started thinking about what could we do to draw in more of the female viewers, listeners. Well, this is one. It was one of your super fans.
Oh, yeah.
Her name's Tess, and we're going to do every Tuesday a 30-minute episode. A two-time graduate of Texas.
Oh, yeah.
She knows more football in some ways than I do. And starting this Tuesday is when we're going to have the first episode with Tuesdays with Tess. And I'll be sure to let you know, see what you think, because she's all nervous about it.
Yeah, I'll definitely be tuned in, and please tell Tess I said hey, and I appreciate her just stepping in, for us athletes and the women that's out there, the women fans, because it's definitely women supporters that love football just as much as men. And just want to say thank you. I appreciate you.
Yeah. Did you ever take part in that Charlie Strong and Tom Herman's clinic for women?
Oh yeah, yes. They was.
He was there.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. They was dedicated. Let me say that.
Oh my God.
At least.
Hilarious.
Yeah. And they was very competitive too, as well. Yeah.
Is that right? You saw some talent out there. Some ability.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yeah.
She and I've been friends for a long time, and it just felt right we were talking, and I was like, I want to add 2 more college football related podcasts under the Stories Inside the Man Cave umbrella. And she was like, I'll do it. Let's do it.
That's great.
Let's get a female.
That's
all
great.
Female. We'll see what she may put me to shame on the knowledge.
Hey, yeah. I guess we'll find out.
We will.
Yes, sir.
My brother, this has been way too much fun. And if it's all right with you, I'll reach out and we'll do it again. And then when you're in town for Texas game, man, we've got to get together.
Yeah, I would definitely let you know. And like I said, if you need me for anything, I'm always here, one phone call away, or you could text me anytime. I'm willing to help out, man.
Hey, it's the same thing, man. You got a true friend for life. There's no doubt.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
If I move again, you'll know.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Hey, if Florida, man, if anything I can do for you and your family, let me know for sure.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Sean. I appreciate that.
You're more than welcome. I got to see those kiddos sometime.
Oh, yeah.
That's a goal.
Yeah, definitely get to see them. Definitely, yeah.
I may be a bad influence on how much talking your son will do, but I'll own it.
Yeah, I definitely send them with you.
Hey, for Nelly, who is now Stories Inside the Man Cave VIP alumni, and for the OG Man Cave boys, that being Hardball Hards, Big Mike, and Coach Mo, we are out.
You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up.